So he was getting kicked out of Las Vegas.
We don't want him. We got him. But this is California.
Like
Lesbians, right here. Gays, right here.
What?
Normal people, they fluctuate. But lesbians are like...
Okay, babe. Thank you for that side note.
Are you kidding me? This is what was picked up.
The group's leader, Prigozhin, recently accused Russia's top 2 generals of misleading Putin and the entire country.
Please don't cancel us, no, please don't cancel us. We're talking fake news and conspiracies, come on, please don't cancel us. And though our subjects are all sensitive, come on, please don't cancel us.
Welcome back to the show.
Yes.
We here talk about Russia, we talk about Western Europe and Western world, and we talk about why this is not going so good and why there is so much propaganda. What would you like to say about Father Russia? Why did they say Mother or Father Russia?
Do they say Father Russia?
They do say Father.
They don't say Mother Russia?
They do say Mother Russia as well. Mother Russia? They say
Mother
Russia
Russia?
as well. They actually tell, this is not a White Claw, but I wish it was a White Claw.
Oh my god. Mother Russia as well.
Oh, totally.
Oh my god, like seriously.
Do you want to get into a hard topic or you want to get into an easy topic? Choose.
Did I put record
Also,
on
make sure that
everything?
you like and comment and subscribe because the faster that we grow, the more crazy shit we can do. We'll like start like
Yes.
doing all that Mr. Beast stuff and we'll like hand out money to everyone and you know, like we'll give random people money and you can interact with the show and you can like give us your suggestions and send us topics to talk about. And you can also send in video submissions when we get to a certain point and then we can put you on the screen and you can ask us questions and then we can reply to the questions.
Yes.
I'll put our email in the description from now on.
In the description.
You know I have speech problems. What the fuck kind of laugh was that?
It came out of nowhere.
I'm so hot in this room. Pick a
know I
number
have
between
speaking
1
from-
and 4. Don't say 5 like last time.
3.
Oh, serious issue. Fine.
Happening in
Can we not do the serious?
Okay,
Okay.
wait,
Well, you
wait.
know what? Fate decided it.
I thought we were not going to start with serious.
Well, fine. Then pick a number between 1 and 3.
Well, 2.
Cool. So DJ Khaled is notorious for not being wanted.
Are you serious?
Nobody wants DJ Khaled. Like, actually, this is the original video that went viral. You can see there's like 5 million views on this. He was performing, I think, at a WWE show or what do you call a WWE match? You can't really call it a match. It's a performance. It's like a stage performance. Is it a competition? They predetermine the winners.
Really?
Oh yeah, you don't know that?
No.
When they're flying off of the ropes and fake punching each other and stuff, like they're not actually fighting. Like it's a rehearsal.
Really?
And you like 1, 2, and you get out of it perfectly in time. And it's a performance.
Why do we watch that then?
That's been a hot debate for a long time.
Because if it's fake, why are you watching it? I don't get it.
Anyway, so this is what went viral. This is DJ Khaled. He was doing a performance, and I'll just let you piece it together on your own.
All I do is win. Got money on my. And every summer, everybody is freedom back.
That's awkward.
Very awkward. I mean, props to him for continuing with the same amount of energy.
Not really. DJ Khaled is a very awkward human being.
Is he?
He's very strange.
Oh.
Like, oh my god, this is actually a great video on that topic.
Oh. But,
Is it a picture? Did I just get duped?
No.
Is it a picture?
It's not a picture.
Do TikTok do pictures?
Yeah, but not like that.
Oh,
no.
thank God. Okay.
That's just avocado.
He's a very cringy individual.
How is he? I don't get it.
This is called what?
That's just avocado toast.
This is called what?
Turkey sausage.
This is called what?
Turkey bacon.
And this is called what?
Veggie scramble.
And what is this?
Those are pickled banana peppers.
And what is this?
Berries and seeds.
And perhaps what is this?
Water.
Sunday morning, Sunday brunch, Sunday breakfast.
It's like, I feel like he's funny in a very niche kind of way, but it just doesn't come across.
No, it's a bit weird.
Like, I get what you're trying to do. I get how
Yeah.
you're trying to be funny, but it just doesn't work.
No.
It just doesn't work out for you. It doesn't, sir.
But he, like, how did he even get, like, so famous?
Plagiarism.
Really?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very awkward.
Yeah, that being said, this is the video that you clicked on.
Oh, okay.
So he was getting kicked out of Las Vegas.
We don't want him. We want him. But this is California.
And they're all freaking out like, we need to get him off of here. And he was in Las Vegas, Nevada. He was not in California. They're trying to cut my shit. Like, we don't want to, but we have to. Like, I don't know if you know this, but when an artist is playing a venue, Machine Gun Kelly, DJ Khaled, Kanye West, it doesn't matter how big you are. You are effectively renting the venue from the owners.
Yeah.
So Madison Square Garden, any stadium, anything, like the Ziggo Dome, you are renting that space.
Yeah.
And you rent a certain amount of time.
So you pay?
You pay as the artist to rent the space.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
renting the
Well, yeah,
the hall.
actually that makes sense.
Yes, that does make sense. And the thing is, you rent a certain amount of time. And if you go over that time, there's not just like, oh, you got to pay extra for the extra time you stay. It's like you got to pay extra plus interest plus overtime plus everything.
Because someone else needs to go in or what? Like
sometimes, look, sometimes there are other lineups. There are other artists waiting. But even if it's a single act, like if you're performing, they'll charge you $10,000 per minute you go over your allotted time. So there's a lot of, actually Machine Gun Kelly did this.
Oh my God.
And this is where I find it quite funny. Because what they do is they grab the mic and they're like, we don't give a fuck if they're trying to kick us off of the stage. We're going to stay here all night.
Yeah.
And then they play one more song. And then somebody's like, dude, you just wasted $40,000. And he's like, we should leave.
Yeah.
And then they leave after that last song. But like, you get the crowd so hyped, like, they're going to charge us $10,000 for every minute that we stay here. Fuck it. We're going all night. And then one song. Thank you. Goodbye. It's like, where was the attitude?
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes they push it. Sometimes they do 2 songs. But then you just lost $70,000 in fucking 5 minutes.
That's crazy.
6 minutes. Like, okay. So anyway. They do have to.
I mean, if you have that money to mess around with, okay, but
sure, but still, 70 grand is 70 grand.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he was getting kicked off. I mean, he's not really like a fucking crowd favorite. But I just find him. Like, he's a big baby.
Yeah.
He looks like a big, doesn't really know what he's doing baby.
I honestly just don't know much about him.
Well, I mean, he got famous for other people's music.
Yeah.
So he basically got famous because he stole other people's music. That's pretty much it. He started sampling old songs.
Yeah.
And then he started working with artists.
There's roadblocks. Don't let nothing stop you. We ain't stopping. We gonna keep going.
What is that video? Okay, are we done with DJ Khaled?
No, I feel like this is just the segment that we're on.
Why is this the segment that we're on?
I don't know. I feel like he needs to be made fun of.
Why? I just don't know. I really don't know much about him. I really just...
No?
No.
I did. It debuted.
Look at like
Okay, let's leave it.
Yeah. I think there's more interesting things to talk about.
But it's just funny, man. Like, it's cringy and it's funny because that happened to the Island Boys as well. Take this
Oh,
off.
yeah. I haven't heard of the Island Boys anymore.
That happened to the Island Boys as well. Yeah, of course you haven't heard of them. You want to check in
Are they just doing the same stuff?
with Senior Island?
Senior Island? But, like, they made one song. That's the thing. It happens a lot.
No, they didn't make... Have you ever listened to their music? We can't. We can't.
No.
We'll get flagged. It's the worst song that you've ever heard in your entire life.
Well, just the Island Boy music is the one that I've heard. But, like, are they still, like, building on their brand, or is this it? Like, because that's what happens, like, one-hit wonders, right? Even though they're just famous for being ridiculous. I was going to say another word, but they're just being made fun of because they're so stupid.
Yeah.
That's why they're famous.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it. Like, what
Oh,
is
we gotta put this back on.
Yeah.
Why they speaking on this red like they just wanna hate on me? I be sipping on codeine cause I fell love in a cute codeine.
Okay, we're gonna get flagged. Okay, wait.
Oh my god.
Here.
Hey, y'all, listen right now. Y'all literally press the link right now in the bio. First link in the tab in my link tree. Right now, it's going to be a cameo from the Island Boys to get any special instructions that you can send to us, the Island Boys.
They're doing cameo again.
For you guys in terms of birthdays for your mom, dad,
They're
sister,
so starving for cash.
siblings. It does not matter. We will do any type of promo, business proposition, anything for you guys. We can do any of that. Y'all give us in the first tab. It's going to be the cameo. The second link.
That's so funny.
Oh my god.
'Cause they
you
always-
would never see a star do something like that.
They always flex about how much money they have,
Yeah.
but they just don't. And
Oh my god.
it's quite sad because like they got a lot of traction
Yeah.
because of how cringy they were. And actually, somebody tried signing them. Like they put them up in Miami to do performances.
Really?
Yeah, have you never seen
And
that,
then,
boy?
no. And then what happened?
Look. Breathing into the mic. Sorry.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was me.
I put my best down, yeah. Hey, I'm an island boy. I'm an island boy.
Getting
I'ma keep it like
totally
it's all
booed.
right, boy. Said the boy better keep that going. I'ma do it while I'm staring at the sun. I've been really at the pool gazing, and the pool where I'm staying. I'll pull it like a super saiyan. I'm trying to be the greatest, but it's trying to be his finest. Yeah, I'm an island boy. Oh, I'm an island.
All right. Okay. I think let's
Boys.
go.
And then they went on the Impulsive
I know that.
podcast, and then
Yeah,
they
yeah.
walked off,
Yeah.
and it was a whole thing.
Yeah. I think we should go into a different topic because
Oh, you want to go into something more serious?
yes.
Okay, cool. War!
What?
What is it good
Because
for?
they're absolutely nothing.
Say it again!
Because honestly,
Something very
oh,
strange is
okay.
happening in Russia right now, and it has just had a bizarre final twist. You see, there was a private group of people who were hired to fight alongside the regular Russian military in Ukraine, called the Wagner Group. They are not part of Russia's official military, have been paid to fight in a number of countries around the world, and are known as mercenaries. Now, here's where things start kicking off, because the group's leader, Prigozhin, recently accused Russia's top two generals of misleading Putin and the entire country over the initial reasons for the invasion of Ukraine itself, said the military had starved his troops of ammunition and even carried out an attack on his fighters. He continued by claiming that a large number of his troops were killed and vowed punishment to those responsible by marching his remaining troops to the country's capital, Moscow. And so he did. It seems that the Russian government took this very seriously, with Putin addressing the nation, asserting that Prigozhin's claims were false and that he'd stabbed him in the back. The FSB opened a criminal case calling for his arrest, while in Moscow they prepared for the arrival of his troops by beefing up their security. But the part that that doesn't make any sense is that Wagner has roughly 25 to 30,000 troops, as opposed to Russia's estimated 800,000. And that's without taking into account ammunition and military equipment. What this comparatively small mercenary group planned to do once in Moscow, we'll never know. Because guess what just happened in the last hour? The troops made significant headway and got within 200 kilometers of Moscow before announcing that they've struck a deal will stop their march of justice and turn around. So the question everyone now seems to be asking is, did this march ever have the intention of conflict? Because the chaos the march alone caused in Russia could be seen as enough of a win for the Wagner Group. I mean, Russia's civil war is trending right now. Definitely not the united front a country at war would want to maintain. Whatever just happened today was either stupid or genius. And I guess we'll just have to wait and find out which one it was.
Okay,
Go.
please explain, because I'm confused. So this is a separate group, but they are Russian?
Yes.
Yes. And what is your...
What is my...
What are your thoughts on it?
I told you.
Well,
It's a repeat of history in 1917.
yeah, but is he actually working for... Like,
1917, Russia was in World War I, and then there was internal conflict, which led to a civil war, which led to Russia ultimately being defeated in World War I.
Yeah, because
they were at
Civil War.
home fighting their own battle, but also extended
Yeah,
overseas
so
fighting.
then there's the theory that the Wagner Group, right? Is that their name? Is working for the enemy.
Yeah, of course. There's always that possibility.
Because why else would he do this?
Well, I mean, he was also quoted by saying he thinks it's time that Russia has a new leader.
Yeah. But then why would you do this in the midst of all this? Like,
It's the perfect time. I mean, like, Russia's extended. Russia is in the middle of a conflict. Russia is experiencing sanctions.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like the perfect time. If you're going to try to take down the male lion, take him down when he's weak and injured and tired, kind of thing. Not that Russia is weak, injured, and tired.
That's
but
why.
He's taking a shot. Who knows why he's taking a shot?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just interesting.
It is very interesting.
And then Putin gave a speech saying that we have to, as Russians, not we, but they have to stick together and not let this pull them apart because they're dealing with some real shit at the moment.
But are they seriously like forming attacks or no?
Forming attacks?
Like this group, this mercenary group, are they like...
Forming attacks or forming attacks?
Attacks.
Like taxation?
No, attack. Like fight.
What are they forming an attack? What do you mean?
Yeah, because what are they doing? Are they just threatening or are they actually going
I don't think
war?
anybody's been shot yet.
No. So what is their plan? To overthrow?
Yeah.
Okay. That's just a bit like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? Do you feel like it's like from a different source?
What do you mean?
Like that it's not this guy on his own? That it's like...
Oh, well, it seems like it was halted. It seems like they're not marching anymore. They marched from the border.
Of Ukraine?
Yeah. Ukrainian President Zelensky said the situation was complete chaos. The man from Kremlin was obviously very afraid and probably hiding somewhere, not showing himself. I'm sure he is no longer in Moscow, he said in a statement. He knows that he's afraid because of the threat and all evil losses, hatred is spread. There were rumors that Mr. Putin had fled Moscow after flight tracking showed that 2 presidential planes had left the city on a Saturday. However, his press secretary, Dmitry Peskov, said the president was still in the Kremlin. Interesting.
So they stopped the march because Putin left?
You know what? No, they stopped the march because apparently they struck a deal, like Dylan Page said. But you know what I think is so funny is like Zelensky is basically trying to call out Putin for being a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, haha, he ran away. It's like, you got 30,000 armed forces coming towards your building.
Yeah.
You are one of the highest valuable people on the planet right now.
Yeah.
If you die, it all goes south. Like the west winds and all of that crazy new world order shit gets put in place. Because I think that's what he's fighting.
Yeah.
And it's like, you leave, so you don't... Like, imagine if a killer clown was spotted on your street.
Yeah, you're not going to stand
and then
your
you were
ground.
like, I'm going to go stay at my parents' house for a bit.
Yeah, no.
And then everybody's like, pussy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not going to stand your ground against a killer clown. Like, why would you?
That is so scary. You know, that
if you
reminds
can
me.
leave.
Huh?
If you can leave, if you have the option.
Did you ever do those stupid, like, as a kid, did you ever do, like, those weird rituals?
Oh,
where you,
I
like,
did,
sacrifice goat? I'm joking.
No.
Where, like, Bloody Mary and that kind of stuff? Did you ever do that stuff?
Yeah, I didn't do the bloody... It scared me too much.
Yeah?
Did you ever do Ouija boards?
I tried a Ouija board once because it was a novelty that I'd never seen before. But I instantly was like, somebody's pushing this.
I know, but I don't know.
Yeah, I did. I was like, stop pushing it.
Did you know who was pushing it?
No.
We should try it again together.
Nothing's going to happen. I'll probably move the block around and then...
I did it quite a few times. With friends.
Just you didn't do Bloody Mary or any... You didn't have any other stories that you have to tell? Because we're on a show, you know, you could tell stories
I know,
right now
but I'm trying to think. I didn't do Bloody Mary because at my school, this was in the Philippines, they told me that the story actually happened at our school. Of course they did.
Mm-hmm.
Like that someone said Bloody Mary and someone got killed and blah, blah, blah. And I
It
was...
didn't happen at my school. They were doing construction and a brick fell off of a really tall building and hit a kid on the head and he died.
That's terrible.
That's fucked up.
What the fuck?
That actually happened. No, but there was like this one where I remember I was standing outside of the girls' bathroom because there was like a lot of commotion.
Yeah.
I must have been like 8 or 9 at the time. And
yeah, I was also that age when we...
And the girls were in the bathroom and then they let out a giant shriek and a scream.
Yeah.
Because the lights were off and they came bolting out of the fucking bathroom. And I'm like trying to assess what's going on. And then when I went into the bathroom, this is what I saw. So turns out you have to put a bar of soap
I think
in the center
Yeah.
of a shower and stand in a circle, turn the lights off, and then say some crazy shit.
Why would you fuck around with that,
turn the
though?
light back? Right?
I was always like, no, I'm not even going to... Why would I try?
I was always that person.
Why would I try?
Even if there's a slight chance,
No
why
way.
would you fuck around with inviting a killer clown into your house? Because there was one, the only one that really scared me was if you think about this clown guy 3 times in a row, then he'll come like running down the street at midnight. Midnight he comes.
Oh, no.
So like not 11 p.m., not 10 p.m., 12 p.m. he starts running down the street like killer clown, big shoes and everything.
Is this the actual thing that they told you?
And yeah, and he comes to your house and then he'll open your house and come into your room and he'll kill you and he'll kill your whole family. And the thing is, once you hear that, you're like, oh, I don't have to say it. I just have to think about it.
Yeah, that's scary.
And then
shit.
they tell you his name is like Jeffrey something. And then you're like, your brain goes, Jeffrey, fuck, don't do that. And then you're like, Jeffrey. And you're like, stop.
Yeah, you get like paranoid.
Yeah, you get very paranoid. And then you think like, and then you go, Jeffrey, and you're like, oh, fuck, that's 3 times. But was it in a row? I don't know. And then it's like, it's 8 p.m., 12 p.m., that's so far away. And then you're like waiting, and you're waiting, and you're waiting. And then 12:01, you're like, okay. And then like 10 past 12, you're like, maybe he's trying to find a way. Like, and then you finally, yeah. I never fucked around with that stuff, though.
No, and I had this
but just to finish my story, so they came bolting out of the bathroom. And when they turned the lights on, they realized that a giant bite had been taken out of the bar of soap that they put and they did the ritual. So then a couple of years later, I realized some crazy thirsty bitch needed attention so bad that she picked up a bar of soap in the middle of the darkness and bit and probably swallowed it to get rid of the evidence and then played it off like, oh my God, it was so scary. And like, that's a story that somebody out there holds.
That's told that story also now at this age.
I hope they're like, you know what I did, which was really cringy as a kid? I bit the soap.
Just to mess with everybody.
It's so stupid, man. But I never played around. Like,
no, I don't trust that
You
stuff.
know the story of like the dripping
tap.
Water?
Yeah.
The dripping tap, and then she puts her hand down, and then the dog licks her hand, and the family's dead, and all that stuff. Like, I never saw the point of trying it, because worst, like best case scenario, everyone dies.
Yeah, it's
How is that a
terrible.
best case scenario?
No, I was paranoid of things like that. Like, I even had, I don't know how I got to this, but like, I had either I heard a scary story or it was after I watched this one movie, but apparently if you woke up at 3 a.m., it was like the devil's time. So every time like I woke up at 3 a.m., like the devil was going to come for you or something like that. So I would freak out. Like I would panic so much if I woke up at 3 a.m.
Yeah, and your subconscious wakes you up at 3 a.m.
Yeah, and then you're like freaking out. You're like, oh my God, go back to sleep. And then you can't go back to sleep because your imagination takes you for like a nice little ride. Yeah, so I was very paranoid of things like that. And like I already told you, I was told about the The Ring, about The Ring and Chucky.
The TV, yeah.
And then I unplugged all the screens in my room. Well, it was my computer screen.
Mm-hmm.
And in another room, a TV screen. And I put a blanket over the screen as if that was going to save my life.
She just look at the picture. She just moved the blanket aside and then
Oh God, that scared me so much. I didn't even watch it. I just heard it. And after I heard it, like, same with the dolls. Like, I locked all the dolls up at night because I was like, no way you're coming for me in the middle of the night. Like,
just prisoners of war.
Yeah.
Just shackled to the ground.
No, but I was so scared. And the thing is, I only heard about the stories. I didn't even watch them.
That's funny. That you just heard about it.
Yeah, I was like, no way am I going to watch that. That's going to mess me up even more.
Yeah.
Like, I was so terrified of that stuff. Like, so terrified.
But just because it was supernatural?
Just because they were coming to kill me.
There was another movie. I spoke to a friend, and they were like, there was a movie about like seeing your reflection.
Oh my God.
It's pretty old, but like your jaw would start to break and crazy shit.
Oh no.
So this person like literally would like duck under the mirrors and like crawl past them.
Yeah, but I still get freaked out by mirrors at night. Like they freak me out for some reason. I don't know why. Like I don't like to look at the mirror in the dark.
That's weird.
Yeah, I've got some weird like.
You're just like, oh, don't look at it.
I think it's less like now, but like I still have it a little bit.
There is a horror movie where like the person looks at the mirror and she turns away and it doesn't turn away. It's still looking at her. And then
like
it does something like creepy, and then she looks back and she's like, what the fuck? And then it doesn't, and then the movie goes on, and eventually she realizes, like, she catches it, and then she's like, and then it knows it's caught, and it starts going like this, and the girl like doesn't move her arm, and then she like breaks her arm.
Yeah,
and
why
like,
do they always do that?
What do you mean?
Break and deform themselves. Like, what is that?
I don't know. It's creepy.
Did I ever tell you about my nightmare about my dad?
Can we put this on the internet?
Yeah, of course we can.
Okay.
I had this reoccurring, I think I had it twice, nightmare, where I was running through Pink Hallway.
Pink Hallway?
I don't know why. And my dad was chasing me.
Oh, yuck.
And then all his limbs started falling off.
How can you chase, huh? What?
And yeah, and he was like doing this creepy laugh and smile trying to get at me. And all his limbs were falling off while he was
his
doing
legs miraculously stayed on.
I don't know. That's just the part
Otherwise
of the
he'd be
dream
all
that I
hips
remember.
trying to come after you.
Like while he was running, like his limbs were falling off. What
Weird.
is that? What does that mean?
Yeah, I also noticed that when we watch movies, you're very affected by like realism. You don't like seeing like people hit their head like realistically and like blood.
Yeah, it
and
really
stuff.
messes me up. Like even when we watch Jeffrey Dahmer and then you start messing with me, you don't even know. Like it really messes with me. Like it gets in my brain.
How did I mess with you?
Yeah, you put your arm like in your head in my hand, and you were like,
Don't. It's so fucked up. I don't know if I want the world to know this. Say it.
And then you're like, oh, babe, imagine holding like a live
Look how heavy
head.
it would be.
And I was like, don't do shit like that.
Look how heavy it just
No,
head
or
would
I
be.
would like, even in the middle of the night after watching that, it messed with me because I can't, like, especially because it's real life.
I remember that we were walking
and
down
you would
the
like,
street.
no, your arm would just be next to me. And I would feel it, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, what is that?" Like,
Why?
because my brain just, I like when I watch these things, it really, really gets to me. Even that new Black Mirror episode, just with the couple, spoiler alert.
Oh, episode
2?
where the abductions.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. So don't listen if you want to watch it. But where it turns out to be the parents, and just the thought of like I start going down this rabbit hole where I start imagining like how could a couple do that, like find another couple or a person, bring them up in, fun. Tie them up, chop them up, have sex, like my brain just I start like going like in overdrive. I remember the one time I did
mess with you after we watched Jeffrey Dahmer. We were walking our dogs and like there's a bunch of other people that live in apartments around us. And just the idea of, you know, Jeffrey Dahmer, nobody knew what he was doing. Well, I mean, except the neighbor that like tried to alert people.
Yeah.
But as we were walking down the street, I was like, you know what's crazy is like you don't know who lives here. Like there could be somebody having sex in that room, and there could be somebody doing cocaine in that room, and there could be somebody making a lot of money in that room, and there could be somebody like dying of gambling debt in that room.
Yeah.
And then there could be a pedophile that's just never acted on his urges in that room. And then there could be somebody who's wanted to kill somebody forever but hasn't, and they're in that room.
Yeah.
And then there could be a pimp of a girl that's in that room. And you just walk around and you start thinking like, okay. And then if you look at the statistics, right? I think it's 1 in 5 people that you walk past are going to, something's going to happen, right? Like they're going to die or they're going to kill someone or something crazy is going to happen. So like the chances that you've walked past, this is crazy, but the chances that you've walked past a murderer within a few hours of them disemboweling or
oh my God, don't say that.
Like sexually assaulting some, like even just rape are very high. You walk right past them and you didn't even know. But more so than that, the chances of you being on a highway
oh, for sure.
and driving past a car that has somebody kidnapped in the car.
Really?
Oh, it's so common.
Well, in Africa, yes.
Just think about this. If you drive, insert location here. Think about wherever you live if you're listening to this. And we all know wherever we live, there's like always a destination to visit. Like, for example, there's Johannesburg and then there's Cape Town.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's this and then there's that. Like, and then it's like, everybody knows, like there's a local drive that you do to get to like a place, like a beach,
you mean like
or
a main road.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always about 6 to 12 hours away. So wherever you are, imagine from here to that point.
Unless you're in the Netherlands, because
but you get what I mean.
In very different
well, no,
countries.
you could go from here to Berlin. Maybe that's your thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But just imagine that. And then imagine it's a 6-hour drive or it's a 10-hour drive. It's 800 or 1,200 kilometers. How many cars are you going to pass on the highway?
Lots of cars.
How many cars are you going to pass on the highway? Not just in the opposite direction, but also going with you over that amount of time that you're just there.
Yeah, but that's for like a long drive, right?
But what I'm saying is, you might just get in your car and go 20 minutes down the road, 10 minutes down the road, 15 minutes down the road, and then you're home. And that's your day done. But if you add that up over a month, you've driven past a shit ton of people. That's all I'm saying. You've driven past people on the way to the emergency room.
Yeah.
That have just watched someone like get hit by a car.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
You've like even ambulances. Like you are constantly around all of this stuff going on that just never hits you.
Yeah.
Yet.
Oh, don't say that. Why would you say that?
Well, because I think you got to live your life knowing that that's a reality. You got to live your life with a certain level of caution and common sense. But then you also have to try to live your life, right? Because living in a little bubble is also not safe.
Mm-mm.
But, you know, speeding through traffic on a motorcycle, splitting the lane, is also asking for trouble. Yeah. So, like, you just got to find... But you also have to understand, like, you're in an ocean. You're in an ocean of people. You're in a city, which is an ocean that... Things are always happening.
Yeah, of course.
People are always falling down the stairs or falling off a bike or getting into a car accident. And it's actually insane how well things work.
Yeah.
If you think about how few times you see that, really.
Yeah.
And how the hospitals are not always full and the police department is not always busy. Like, it is crazy how it kind of seems to work.
Yeah.
Like, not really, but kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Depending on where you are, it has, like, its own system. Like, I'm sure in the Philippines, it's not the same as in the Netherlands. And in the Netherlands, it's not the same in Africa. But we all have our own way of
ecosystem
navigating and, like, ecosystem.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to think that, like, a couple of bad decisions could lead to you getting into a motorcycle accident. Like, I've been in 4, 5, 6 motorcycle accidents. And every time, I wonder if it's because I'm just OCD. But every time I'm in a motorcycle accident, my brain realizes that had I just taken one or two more seconds to put on my socks that morning, that I wouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there and you're in pain and you can't walk and you're miserable.
Yeah.
You're totally, everything is fucked. Like your life is different.
Yeah.
Watch how fast.
That's how quickly it goes.
Your life is different for the rest of your life. And you're sitting there after the fact and you're just like, if I just literally looked at one more TikTok.
Yeah.
I would have just missed that person.
Yeah.
So if you think about how many times you're constantly missing.
But has it been like a mistake on your end or has it been a mistake on the...
I've only had one motorcycle accident that was a mistake on my end. It was a self-isolated incident. I gave my motorcycle... So I had this, right? Just for context. So I was still a relatively new rider. I had a Yamaha 650 something. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's not actually a 650. It's a...
Doesn't look like this?
No, it's a... Was it a Yamaha?
I don't know.
No, it was a Kawasaki. Oh my god.
Kawasaki.
650 Ninja. There it is. So this is one of the medium bikes that I had because I had to work my way up because I'm in Europe and you got to start small and work your way up. So I had this exact bike.
Yeah.
It's
and
still...
it was here.
Yeah. It's still considered like a beginner's bike.
Yeah.
It's not the fastest thing in the world. It's very easy to maneuver. It's actually one of the most fun bikes that I've ever owned.
Yeah.
I'm finding that I really enjoy like the lower powered bikes because you can just fuck around. It's like having a really aggressive bicycle. It's really fun. So anyway, let's do this. Weight. How much does it weigh, I wonder? I think like 140? 196. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So it's still a relatively light bike. You can whip it around. It's nothing crazy, right? So I gave that in for maintenance.
Yeah.
And because the place that I go to used to really like me, I don't go there that much anymore now because my bike got stolen. They gave me another bike to borrow.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a license at the time, and I lied, and they thought that I did, and so they gave me a very big bike because they just assumed that I was good.
How did they not check that?
I'm very smart.
What did you do?
I am very smart. So they gave me a GSX 1000. Is it an S probably? S. Yeah, this is the bike. So they gave me this. This is the first time I had ever ridden a bike that strong.
Yeah.
This is a liter bike. Now, my bike was a quarter of the strength of this.
Yeah.
You can get to 100+ kilometers per hour in first gear on this thing. It is so
fast,
aggressive. Well, now as an experienced rider, I've owned multiple bikes. Like now, that's just a bike. Oh wow, it's not as heavy.
It's not that heavy. That much heavier.
Crazy.
It's 10 kilos heavier.
But it's different. Trust me. Like when you're on the fucking bike, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. So I was going to the hospital because I had to pick something up or do something. And you know, when you turn in, there's like a ramp that's literally this high up off the ground, and it's got an angle of about that much.
Yeah.
And I went into this to enter the hospital from the road, and I was in neutral. Mm-hmm. And I was just gliding over the hump. And I went so slow that this much of an incline, about that, it's this long, it's this high, and it's this inclined. Mm-hmm. Slowed me down just enough for me to have to put my foot down. So I put my foot down because the bike starts becoming unstable. And then I try to accelerate. I'm in neutral, so it just... And the bike starts going this way. And I put my foot down.
Did you panic?
No.
No?
Why would you panic?
I
put my foot down.
Like it's going wrong.
I put my foot down and I didn't really get my footing. So I missed it. And then now the bike is here. And you put your foot down properly. I planted my foot. And then your brain is like, pfft. You're not going to hold up 210 kilos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the bike just slowly like this, and I laid it down, and it's on my ankle, and it hurt. And there's like a taxi stand.
Yeah.
So all of the taxi drivers are just like, ha 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 ha. So I'm trying to pick up this bike. Thank God, like there's a technique to picking up bikes.
Yeah.
That smaller people can pick up heavier bikes, but I'll skip past that. So I picked up the bike and I drove off ashamed. Didn't pick up the thing that I needed from the hospital. That's the only time that I...
But did you actually hurt yourself? Or
No, I scraped up my leg a little bit. But the thing is, like, because it was a gift from the guy that liked me,
yeah,
I didn't want to come back and be like, hey...
Yeah, so what did you do?
I broke your bike. So my other bike was in the shop for about 5 or 6 days.
Yeah.
So I went on a mad dash to get this bike repaired. Because the only thing that was broken...
Yeah.
So on the steering wheel,
yeah,
steering column, whatever, on the handlebars...
Yeah.
Motorcycle handlebars. So check this out. On the handlebars... Here, you see that? Where my cursor is?
Yeah.
So that was all scuffed up. And then the gear shifter was also scuffed up. So the gear shifter, this little footrest and the gear shifter was slightly fucked up.
Did you manage to get it fixed though?
So in Amsterdam, they can't repair things unless you have the proof of purchase or insurance or whatever, the card that says you own the bike.
Yeah.
So I went to 3 shops and they were like, we can't repair it unless we contact the owner. I'm like, don't do that.
So what did you do?
Because it's not... So I went to a shady underground motorcycle place and then they were like, yeah, we can order the parts and we can repair it for you.
And
then they got it repaired and I got so nervous because I went to go bring the bike back and I was like, here's your bike. It's really fun. Thanks. And I was like, Please don't notice that it's new. That was that.
They never... Do you think they ever noticed?
No. So yeah, look, I've been in a few motorcycle accidents. That's the only one that was my fault. The rest of them is everybody else.
Yeah?
I got hit by a car, a bicycle, you know, by the Heineken experience?
Yeah.
So I was speeding. I was going like 70 in a 50 zone. And I saw all these bicycles cross the first half of the road. Shut up. I saw all these bicycles cross the first half of the road. Tourists, Italians.
They're terrible.
They don't know what they're doing.
No.
And they all stop because they see like the cars are going.
Yeah.
And I'm going and everybody's going. And this one fucking Italian guy that was behind 6 other people, you couldn't see him, just decided, I'm not going to look left or right, I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
And like literally I'm this far away from crossing them and he's just like, my turn. So then he goes and I brake and as I brake, he keeps going and I try to turn and I just barely clipped the back of his bike. But I'm so scared of like impaling a human being.
Yeah, of course.
That I laid the bike down. Because like if I didn't lay the bike down, it would have hit him. So it was the best case scenario to lay the bike down. He went falling, I went sliding, and that was that.
And then did you talk to the guy?
I tried talking to the guy because he was like hopping. He was fine.
Yeah.
But then his Italian friends started apologizing. Because like...
He fucked up.
Yeah, you just went into the middle of the road. Maybe he lost control of his bicycle. Like, I don't know. But the funny thing is the CEO, which is a woman of Heineken, was going into work that day and she saw the accident and she came up to me and she was like, here's my phone number. I saw the whole thing. I'm on your side.
Okay, good. That's nice. Yeah.
So if anybody needs the number.
You shouldn't just be handing it out.
Put it here on the screen.
No, you shouldn't just be handing it out. Alrighty. Well. At least you didn't take a submarine to go look at the Titanic.
Has
it been on main news?
Oh yeah, it's all over the place.
Just checking the doggies because it's very hot up here. Yeah, but I really don't understand it.
You know what's funny? Everybody knows the story. We don't need a recap. We don't need to tell you about what happened.
Does everybody know the story?
Yeah, everybody knows.
I wouldn't have known it.
Everybody knows the story. Okay. $250,000 a ticket. There were like 4 or 5 passengers. the fucking submarine was controlled by an old PlayStation remote. It was built incorrectly.
Is that the guy? Is that the
That's
guy?
the guy.
That made it or that went?
That made it and went.
But not the one that paid for it.
No, the guy that paid for it is a billionaire. And the way the waiver was like, you're gonna die, and everybody decided to do it. And there's
was it actually? Was that? Do you know if that was in the contract?
Yeah, you're gonna die. It just said you're gonna die. Sign your life away, and they all signed. And I don't need a recap, but the thing that I do need to say is conspiracy. While this was happening, they released more information on Jeffrey Epstein.
Are you serious?
While this was happening, they officially signed deals with restaurants and like meat distributors to sell weird lab-grown meat, and they don't have to tell you about it. They don't have to. So if you say I'll take the ribeye, they'll just give you the fake shit. And like some other stuff happened. And I'm not saying that this is a cover-up. I'm just saying, like, nobody's allowed to go down and investigate this. Like even with a.
But they found they found it, right?
They found the location of it, but they haven't gone down.
But they found the submarine. Did they not? Imploded.
They discovered that it imploded, yes.
Yeah, but they
after
didn't...
about being 1.5 miles deep.
But did they find the actual thing?
No.
No. But how did they find out that it imploded? Then.
I'm not really sure. I kind of lost track of this whole
story.
You want to watch a video?
Yeah. Because I only heard about it from you. So.
That's really where you get your news from, huh?
Yeah, not always, but. A lot of the time.
New York Post, I clicked on a video, and I'm getting a lot of pictures, and I'm pissed. And I'm pissed off. Because I'm running a tight show, and there's no video. And that's very annoying to me. Am I wrong? Did I click a video?
That does say it's a video, yes. Yeah. Go to videos.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, look.
CNN. I'd rather not watch it. Fake news. I'm not watching. I'm not watching it.
All right.
I'm not giving them any time
of day. Okay. Yeah, pretty insane. But then.
And then the sonic resonance of the Earth has changed.
Yes, let's go into that.
You want to watch the video? You want to just talk about it?
I think you should show the video.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have been really exhausted lately, headaches, dizziness, just like no energy, there's no reason you shouldn't feel good, but you're not, and you've been hearing me tell you that there are ascension symptoms and it's a really good sign, listen up, because now there is literally proof. Yesterday, the Shumann resonance went off the charts. For those of you that don't know what that is, it is a measurement of basically the hertz and how it is the heartbeat of the Earth. So this is really measuring the frequencies and where the vibration of the entire planet is, okay? This was it on the 16th. This is fairly normal. There's green, there's blue, there's sometimes spikes. This is the 17th, a little bit more activity, but still this is seen a lot of the times when there's a lot going on the Earth, okay? Are you ready to see what it looked like yesterday? Are you kidding me? This is what was picked up. Do you
She doesn't say it, but somebody else pointed out that it looks like DNA.
Yeah, DNA.
All of this sacred geometry, usually there's about like 4 of these levels here. There's 11, which is a master's number. Huge transformation happening on the planet. So if yesterday on Sunday the 18th, if you were just like feeling 11. Out of your mind, extremely depleted, or just like crazy energized, this is why this was happening to the entire world. Do you see the sacred geometry in there, people? Do you see all of these triangles? Do you see these? It's showing that there's transformation happening. Everyone's been talking about ascension symptoms. Everyone's, sometimes you're like, that's just in your mind. You're just sick. This is proof, guys. This is science. This is literally being measured by instruments in space. This is what's happening to the Earth. So the best thing you can do is just be at peace of mind. Know that it's not just happening inside of you. It's happening to the whole planet. Also, be really excited because we've never seen anything like this. So what comes next is going to be incredible. This is new timelines. This is new possibilities. This is us going to the 4th and the 5th frequency here on Earth. This is incredible news. And just hold tight. Put your feet on the Earth. If you can today, ground. You need to recalibrate with the circadian rhythm of the planet Earth.
Okay, shut up. But I just feel like this other video gives a little bit more context as well. I'm not going to show the whole thing.
Yeah, it's just a bit long-winded.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to show the whole thing.
Oh my days. Of a series of a chain of events that you're going to start to witness now over the next few months. And the racehorse is well and truly bolted higher and higher from a frequency perspective. There's no sabotage in it. There's no stopping it. The roller coaster or that racehorse is gone, and we just need to now enjoy the ride.
This is what I wanted to show you.
But what you're going to also see is that for want of a better word, your frequency is, even if you're awake and aware and you're operating with 5D consciousness, your frequency is going to be dragged up over the next few months. There's nothing that you're going to be able to do about it. All the stuff which is low vibrational or not of the light is going to be purged from your life. So this could be pain, it could be trauma. It could be situations, it could be people, it could be locations, it doesn't matter. Anything which isn't of the highest in your life is going to be purged over the next few months. So we're seeing...
Okay, before we get into this, I need to ask a couple of questions. You need to give me a couple of quick answers. It's going to be a speed round.
Speed round.
Is everything energy?
Yes.
Is everything frequency?
Yes.
Is everything vibrational?
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
From the earth to the universe, to the human being, to the caterpillar, everything operates on energy and frequency, and we don't even understand it.
Nope.
Right? We can tap into that.
Yeah.
There's different methods, blah, blah, blah. There's evidence, blah, blah, blah. It's all energy.
Yes.
It's all just fucking energy. Cosmic energy, whatever energy, inner energy, I don't care. But sound waves... vibrations, that's everything. Like, I mean, even just listening to this podcast, it's your eardrum being able to pick up on vibrations and convert those vibrations and frequencies into a sound that your brain understands, and then it goes through the language center and you understand what I'm saying. But it's all frequency. All of it is frequency.
Yes.
When you listen to a deep bass...
I thought this was a speed round.
I'm done. Okay. So, for all of the people who are going to combat this, that's why I wanted to do the speed round. Because everything's energy. And the earth is changing its frequency. The earth is a living being.
Yes.
And it's changing its fucking frequency. And we live on the earth, and it's going to affect us.
Do we live on the earth?
Yes.
Are you serious?
So, if you're going to say, and you said this yesterday when I brought this up to you, it's like, some people are going to fight against this. Some people are not going to let go because some people's third eye, some people's, openness, readiness or whatever is not there.
No.
And they're going to fight against it. They're going to be like, why am I so angry? Why am I so tired? And they're going to and I think this is what's going to happen. There are people that are going to ascend.
Yeah.
And quote unquote evolve or whoever, I don't know, be affected by this positively.
But do they know what that
And then there's
sort
people
of
that are
means?
going to stick behind and that
like
are just
a
going to be
vibrational, like what does that mean exactly? That we're all just going to be brought to a higher vibration?
I don't know, because some people are saying that it's like kind of evolution.
Yeah.
That like spiritually our beings are being elevated to
I know,
a new
like,
form of existence where we can be in the fifth dimension, where we can actually like resonate and understand and feel and blah, blah. I don't know, but it could just be a frequency change that is so under the surface that we don't really recognize it. It just changes the way that we like
approach life,
approach things. Or
well, that's like because when
I
I went to my coach, like what she works on is like bringing your vibration up, like your vibrational. How do you say that? Like where your energy is at. Like when you're around low vibration people, everything is yucky and you're feeling down.
And then you're around gay people.
Yeah, but that's different.
And you're up here.
Yeah,
having a great time.
But like
lesbians right here, gays right here.
What?
Normal people, they fluctuate. But lesbians are like
okay, babe. Thank you for that side note.
Down there.
Oh my god.
Just saying. Miserable.
Yeah, but when you're around those people, they drag you down. But then when you're with people in a higher vibration, then you feel like this like weightlessness.
Uplifted, yeah.
Like, oh my god, and like fun and like so if it brings everybody to a higher level.
No, again, I think it's going to split us because there are some people like my sister, or like your dad, for example, that choose to live in a lower vibrational frequency because it's safer, it's easier to understand. Like, there's two types of people, right? Like, there's There's people like low and high, and then obviously like third, I guess, would be mid, but I'm focusing on the 2 for now. I think if you're open to things, people confuse us a lot for being ultra indoctrinated conspiracy theorists. We're not, but our minds are open to the possibility of there being something else.
Yeah.
Okay? Is it difficult to believe that millions of scientists around the world are all pretending the Earth is round?
Yeah.
And I'm the guy that figured out that it's flat?
Yeah.
No. But did MK Ultra happen? Did
Yes,
MK Ultra happen?
it did.
Yes, it's true. Operation Paperclip, that happened. You look at 9/11 and you look at the world being flat and you look at other things. I'm not saying that I believe it. I'm just saying like there's always craziness going on.
Yeah.
And with 9/11, it's just convenient that the Treasury Department the day before said that we lost $2 trillion. And then within 24 hours, the place that was going to calculate and audit to find the money just went missing.
Yeah. It is very coincidental,
It's just coincidental, isn't it? So you got to take it with a grain of salt. I mean, like CNN and most of these mainstream media outlets are influenced by companies, and
for sure, 100%.
They have agendas.
100%.
It's just true.
100%.
So I guess with this whole frequency thing, it's like if you're open to that, you just take things with a grain of salt.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not an ultra crazy conspiracy
grain
theorist,
of
but
salt,
I just take
you just
things
like
a bit,
look at the different possibilities, and also you start wondering, like, let's be real, like, like, is it crazy to think that there isn't something else going on, because we actually don't know.
Yeah.
So,
like, look at the Bidens. Like, there were people that were saying that the whistleblowers were conspiracy theorists, that the Bidens would never be involved with foreign affairs and corruption and collusion, and he's being prosecuted. He might go to prison, and his son might go to prison as well, because they've received millions of dollars from like foreign investments. They've how do you say, jeopardized safety so many times, and they've lied. Like, it's a genuine thing. It's just crazy to think that the world is just perfect and neat.
But it's not.
And I think those are the lower vibrational people. Those are the people that are so scared of thinking about these things that they like to just wake up in the morning, have their orange juice, eat their breakfast, go see their friends.
But they're just shut off.
Yeah.
Like, they're just shut off from like perceiving certain energies. Like, they just, or perceiving of what's going on. They're like the minions that just do what they need to do.
Let me give you an example. When you snort cocaine, okay, you're on a very surface level frequency. Mm-hmm. You're not having a deep connection.
No.
You're having a very high in the clouds buzz type frequency.
Yeah, but it's shutting off.
After an orgasm, when you lie down and you reconnect and you ground yourself, you're having a much deeper, not lower, but like a deeper, how do you say, grounding experience. Mm-hmm. Have you ever met somebody?
The same with like a meditation.
I was just about to say, have you ever met somebody who like guides meditation?
Yeah.
Somebody whose life, like, okay, ultra hippie, crystal, whatever.
Yeah, but you've also got fake ones.
But I'm saying like somebody that you've met in your life that you're like, why are they so calm?
No, but listen, that's
easy.
with Ava. Like, I remember going into a class with her, and this is what I was trying to explain. In the class and through meditation and through what we were speaking about and everything, we were lifting the energy up. And then when you left that room, you would feel so light. Like,
yeah, as opposed to going to my sister's therapist and saying, "Oh, woe is me" for an hour and a half.
Yeah, but there you go. Like, that's the difference. Like, then it's heavier and you don't feel darker
and like heavy. Yeah.
And when it's uplifted, that's like after a meditation, because you bring your vibration up. And then I know, like, when I'm feeling down in the dumps and I really feel like, oh God, I need to reset my brain, and then I decide to do a meditation, and it doesn't need to be flawless, because that's what people always think.
Yep.
But after I've done that, I feel so much lighter, and it's like I can see the world a little bit more clearly. Like it's a little less like, because that's what it does to you when you're like in a shit energy and, you know, the vibration is low. Then you go into this like yucky stage. Whereas if you open it up, everything seems a little bit more, you know,
vibrant and and achievable. And light.
Yeah, light and fun and
that's something that we try to get to through multiple things. There's multiple avenues. There's meditation. There's drugs. That's an easier
mushroom.
one.
But that's trying to get to it. But then you're actually numbing your
no. But
feelings.
I'm just saying there's ways of achieving that, right? Like there's going to the gym.
Yeah.
There's maybe speaking to the right person, like a good therapist. You know, like there's a lot that you can do to purge bad and invite good.
Yeah,
in
but
your
it's
life.
even like because when you're active with your body, you ground yourself because you're not here, but you're in your body because you're doing something active.
Yeah.
And that's a good one also. And also sometimes just going for a walk.
Yeah.
Like even and just taking it in.
Oh, but you know what else?
Yeah.
Like when we go, if anybody's ever gone camping or gone into the wilderness, right?
Yeah.
You've gone on safari or something.
Go offline.
You're instantly not around 5G signals.
Yeah.
You're not around Wi-Fi signals. You're not around Bluetooth signals. You're not around satellite signals. You're not around like EMF signals in general, right? And you have to understand like this device, as magical and mystical that it is, that I can just use my voice here and it shows up in China. Those frequencies and those signals are constantly zipping through you and by you and around you all the time.
Yeah.
Okay? And that is messing with your natural frequency.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at somebody like Liver King, one of his 9 ancestral tenets, which, okay, we're not talking about whether or not he's an insane
Legit,
person.
yeah.
I'm just saying one of his 9 ancestral tenets is to ground yourself with the earth. Why?
Yeah, but that's an actual thing.
Grounding yourself with the earth is scientifically proven.
Yeah.
Right? Have you ever had static electricity and then you touch another person and there's a little shock?
Yeah.
And you do it again, it doesn't work. It's because all of that pent-up energy, all of that pent-up electricity goes somewhere. It has its little grounding explosion. That's why when you're an electrician, you have to ground. They're like on a car battery, right? Like there's ground and then, listen, what I'm trying to say is this. As a human being, if you never touch the earth, your energy doesn't have an opportunity to ground.
Yeah.
And the earth now changing its frequency means that everything is changing.
Yeah.
And you should go and you should touch the earth. You should touch nature. You should take your shoes off and walk through the grass, lie in the sun, go do something where you're on the earth. Go to the beach. Because otherwise you're going to feel this internal battle. You're going to feel this weird shift. You're going to feel something that just is clashing. And you're not going to understand why. You're going to think, well, maybe if I go to the sauna, or maybe if I go to the gym, or maybe if I talk to my therapist. But I think what a lot of people forget is that we are energy worms and we need to reconnect with the organism that gave us life. That's all it is. And that's what I'm saying. Like mushrooms or psychedelics is a gateway to experiencing that.
Yeah.
Or you could meditate for 40 years and really ascend.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not for everyone.
You know, that's something that no one disagrees with, even if you're an ultra anti-conspiracy scientist that only believes in labs and fact. None of them dispute energy or feelings or spirituality.
Oh, but no, listen, I've had a conversation. My mom actually got upset. It's years ago. We were out for dinner and me and my mom were trying to give the point that we are all energy at a dinner. It turned into like this weird argument with my dad and my sister and my brother. And I remember thinking like, how can you not understand? We are energy. Like it was a whole debate. I don't remember because it was years ago, but they were not accepting that. And I was just like,
yeah,
but it's a fact. Like we're made of pluses and minuses. Like, hello. Can we, like, how can you not?
Yeah, do magnets exist?
Yes.
And do EMF signals exist?
Yes.
Okay, everything is affected by that.
But we are, of course we are.
Why do you think when you play
when the sun shines, does it give you energy?
Why do you think, exactly, but why do you think when you play a violin next to plants, they grow faster?
Have you heard of the cheeses? I told you
Hold on, I don't want to go down that road. And also the sun, it's literally just a ball of radiation. It's literally just energy that we feed off of. It's energy that feeds plants. It's osmosis. That's literally what it is. So, I had a debate with my sister, and we had a debate on spirituality. She was questioning my dad's right to believe in his version of religion. His argument was, listen, I'm way older than you.
Yeah.
And I've had so many life experiences that this is the thing that I cling to. This is the thing that I believe. This is what works for me.
Yeah.
Now, he's not like ultra, like God is whatever. No, he's not that. But he believes in something there that you can't physically touch, that guides you, that helps you, that heals you, that you can speak to.
Yeah.
First of all, it's not your place to tell that person what they can and cannot use to cope with their life, their trauma, their difficulties, their love, their everything. That's what they use.
Yeah.
But secondly, dude, more importantly, you don't have the answers. And if you don't have the concrete answer to something, you have to leave the door open.
But you know what the funny...
And she didn't want to accept that, which is insane to me. It's like she was trying to say that, human beings have this ability to find stuff that isn't there.
Yeah.
To put coincidences that aren't there.
That's true. But that's...
Yes, that's all true. But have you ever felt depressed? Have you ever felt happy? You can't just tell me that's a chemical reaction. Sure, you can whittle it down to a chemical reaction. But when you hold your child that just got born, you don't think that the electricity in you, the frequency in you changes?
Of course.
And when you watch your child get eaten by a bear, and the years that come after that, yes, I know that there's a lot of chemicals, but you can't just be science only.
But I don't believe that I don't believe that at all. Like for example, how I can pick up on something happening to you,
it's
or
telepathy.
something, without you telling me, and then I'm like, hey, did you go out yesterday when you were on holiday?
But also, if you're a scientist, what about Elon Musk's Neuralink? You're literally transmitting a neuro frequency that can be received by a receiver that can cognitively, you can have a conversation without using your speech.
Yeah, but that's
how
what
does
I
that
mean.
work then? How are you emitting a frequency from your brain? They literally put you under an MRI and your brain shoots signals.
Yeah, but also, how can someone else's energy affect you so much?
Yeah.
If we are just fucking robots. If I'm moping around all day and it doesn't affect you because you're happy that you don't feel that heavy weight, then there's something weird, right? But we always pick up on each other's frequencies, and then you start either molding to it or you start feeling uncomfortable.
And here's the thing, it's I think that both people should exist because we should try to find out what's happening. You can't just say, here is a horoscope and this is the new religion.
Yeah.
You have to have a whistleblower that says, no, I found that there's a chemical that blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, of course.
And we have to keep pushing that narrative. But until we reach a point of singularity where we're like, we found God, or we found that he just doesn't exist.
You know what the funny thing is? If you think about it, when someone's upset or going through something, or we all have that moment where we look up and we go, why are you doing that? It doesn't matter who you are. I'm sure everybody's done it. So who are you speaking to then?
Everyone has done that.
If you believe in nothing, who are you speaking to?
Everyone has done that. If you're an atheist and you get bitten by a rattlesnake and you're in the middle of the desert and you're alone, you're not just gonna be like, fuck, I'm a human and I'm gonna die and I'm gonna go to, you instantly go to, I'm sorry, hello?
Yeah, we're when you're, I used to do it when you're cycling and the wind was so terrible and then the rain would pour down and you'd be like, is that necessary? Everybody's done that, even in small instances like that.
But again, are you talking to a divine creature? Are you just emitting a frequency? What are you doing? Because...
Yeah, but why would you do that if there's nothing there?
Organic life speaks to each other. We prove that.
Yeah.
Trees in forests are living organisms that communicate with each other. And when you take mushrooms, dude, you know what? How many people are on the wrong side of this argument? And I'm going to say wrong side of this argument. The whole scientific energy isn't a thing. I'm not talking about God anymore. I'm talking about energy. How many people have also taken mushrooms, come out of that, and been, no, it's fucking nothing?
I wonder.
I guarantee you.
There are people.
No, I guarantee you. I want to meet them. How many people have had mushrooms or DMT and genuinely come out of that experience and been like,
yeah, but
that was stupid. None of that is real.
The thing is, if your third eye isn't open, if that's how you want to call it, and you take mushrooms, you experience it in a different way. When you did it
If
with
your
the guys,
third eye isn't open, I wouldn't recommend taking
Yeah,
mushrooms
there you go.
because there is something out there.
But listen.
No. There is something out there.
No.
And if you can't accept that, don't take it. It'll fuck you up.
But baby, the guys that you made music with, right?
Yes.
They took it, and it's a different setting. You're drinking, you're taking it like there. It's like they're using it as a suppressant, not as something to open up.
They try to use it as a suppressant, but it still opens you in your own way. Now, because they were taking it in weird doses throughout the day, it was not having the effect that it's supposed to have.
Yeah.
But even though it wasn't having the effect that it was supposed to have, they still became very, not emotional, but they still became very... They got closer to their nerves, their nerve system. They got closer. They got more touchy. They got more open. I mean, when Aras
But there's
was
like
here,
a slight phase of panic, right? Because
like
I
there's a
had
little-
that.
yes,
I
there's a
had
little
that,
bit
and
of
then all
panic,
my emotions started
and then
coming
it comes
out.
in and it comes out. And I mean, they didn't do a full trip, but they definitely, like Aras said, that he absolutely loves the experience because it just changes your frequency.
Yeah.
It's true. But I'm saying if you do an actual trip, like we did with Robin,
My
like do an
God.
actual trip
That was insane.
and come out of that and tell me that it's all just a chemical reaction.
Yeah, no. Why did the Earth make that?
You know, I think that it just melts the boundaries between, I don't know, dimensions or realities.
Realities, because you're living in a completely different reality.
I think that
it's still the reality you're in, but it's different.
I think a human being is not capable of ascension because of our physical being.
Because,
like we're limited as the iPhone
yeah.
that we are. We don't
Yeah.
have the technology to fly around.
Like for the whole thing, you mean?
Yeah, for the whole real ascension. Like
Because
you
I
become
think when we took those mushrooms at that moment,
I think
in
it's
that
just a gateway.
experience,
It's just like a little taster.
it's like this is going on around you
All the time.
all the time.
All the time.
You
You're
just
just not
don't see it.
tapped in. You're just not tapped in
So
right
crazy.
now. And you can tap in whenever you want. And you can choose to what degree. I mean, you can do mushrooms, you can do DMT, you can lick a fucking frog, and you can go so deep down that rabbit hole, but you'll never reach that point.
No.
You'll never reach that point. You'll always come back down.
Yeah.
Come back down.
Yeah, you come back down.
You settle in this realm.
Yeah.
But again,
Because that's the realm we're living in.
Graham Hancock has been... Graham Hancock and other people, other scientists, have been shat on for years. But you know what they did? They actually experimented. They actually took the things because they were like, how can I have such an aggressive stance if I don't know what it's like?
Yeah.
And the second they started taking it, they're like, hold on. And then the scientific community tries to shun them or quiet them down or ban them. It's like, but here's a guy who is certifiably fucking intelligent.
Yeah.
And he's committed to the experience, and he has something to say.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we listen to that guy?
For sure. 100%.
No. You should listen to the guy that's never tried it. The guy that's going to throw everybody in jail for thinking about it.
You should always listen to the person that's experienced it and seen all the sides. That's the most important.
It's just crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did this. I think it's time to go.
Yeah, it's time to go. Sorry, I gotta be somewhere.
BB. Say goodbye.
So long. Farewell.
Enjoy the frequency ride. Let yourself go to it. And we'll check up on everybody next week and we'll see how things change.
Well, we've definitely been experiencing it, haven't we?
Yeah. Takeaways. Don't get on a submarine. That's scary. Nobody needs to go down there. Ever. Just leave it.
Do a mushroom
Just
trip.
leave the ocean alone. Nobody needs to go down there.
No.
Open your fucking third eye because you're living a sad existence where nothing is real. Bye.
Bye.
Please don't cancel us, no. Please don't cancel us. We're talking fake news and conspiracy.